James Gordon Bennett was the founder and editor of the New York Herald, the city's most popular penny paper for much of the 19th century. The paper sold for only 1 cent and depended on street corner sales by newsboys rather than subscriptions. The Herald covered stories that established papers had deemed inappropriate, such as the more sensational, entertaining, and sometimes sordid side of urban life. Bennett also introduced structural innovations at the Herald that were equally influential among American newspapers. He assigned his reporters to specific beats, opened the first American press bureau in Europe, and was among the first editors to make extensive use of the telegraph to convey news information. Joseph Pulitzer was the profitable owner and editor of the New York World. Formerly a religious penny paper, the World steadily grew into one of the city's most profitable and secular penny papers. In 1896, Pulitzer engaged in a fierce circulation battle with William Randolph Hearst's New York Journal. The Spanish-American War provided Pulitzer and Hearst with the material for sensational headlines. Both publishers printed distorted, exaggerated stories aimed at attracting new readers. The two editors were criticized for engaging in yellow journalism, a type of journalism that presents little or no legitimate, well-researched news and instead uses eye-catching headlines to sell more newspapers. Later, Pulitzer became a United States citizen, passed the Missouri State Bar, and won a seat in the state legislature. In 1878, he purchased the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, and by 1883 was netting more than $80,000 a year from the publication. In his will, Pulitzer bequeathed funds for the founding of a graduate school of journalism at Columbia University. He also established the creation of a set of annual awards in journalism and literature, subsequently named the Pulitzer Prize. Ripe age of 24, William Randolph Hearst was the owner and editor of the San Francisco Examiner. He also acquired the New York Journal in 1895. Modeling his papers after the penny papers of Bennett and Pulitzer, Hearst used sensational coverage of scandal, crime, and political corruption to widen his circulation. Hearst was also able to use his father's massive fortune to recruit talented reporters and innovative graphic artists. Building on his success in San Francisco and New York, Hearst began to acquire more newspapers after the turn of the century. By 1930, he had built a chain of 28 newspapers, including publications in 8 major American cities. Rupert Murdoch is one of the most powerful media tycoons of the late 20th and early 21st centuries. He maintains vast holdings across the media spectrum, including television, radio, newspapers, movies, book publishing companies, magazines, and the Internet. His major American holdings now include the Wall Street Journal, Fox News, and the New York Post. Like Bennett, Pulitzer, and Hearst, Murdoch has made the sensational coverage of crime, sex, and scandal a central part of his publishing and broadcast formulas. Murdoch's English tabloid, The Sun, maintains one of the most successful internet news sites in the United Kingdom today.